listening to Indian Defense News. If you are new, please subscribe and press the bell icon to get notified when new video is uploaded.
YAF to ADD 114 fighter jets to its fleet, first squadron expected in 5 years. The Indian Air Force has begun hunt for 114 fighter jets to enhance its operational capabilities and add firepower to its depleting fleet. The Air Force has said a formal request for information (RFI) will be issued in the next 2-3 weeks to begin the process of acquisition. This will be done under the strategic partnership model of the Narendra Modi government that aims at a synergy between foreign and Indian manufacturers to boost indigenization in defense manufacture. Of the 114 fighter jets, 16 will be flown from the country of origin, and the rest will be manufactured in Indian production lines set up here, an Air Force officer said. Speaking the annual press conference, their chief Virender Singh Dhanoa on Thursday said the full strength of 42 squadrons will be in place only by 2032. He added that despite the possibility of a two-front war with China and Pakistan in the current geopolitical scenario was low, the intention of the enemy can change overnight and one needs to be prepared for that. We need the strength of 42 squadrons for a two-front scenario, but we have a plan B to deal with any situation. We are prepared to fight in a short notice, he said. Replying to a query in a news conference, their Chief Marshal B.S. Dhanoa quipped, Air Force has the capability to locate, fix and strike targets across the border. He was stating a fact. The Indian Air Force, YAF, has the technological capability to acquire, engage and destroy all varieties of military targets in Pakistan. This was misinterpreted to mean that the YAF has plans to take out Pakistan's nuclear warheads. Shortly thereafter, while speaking at a think tank in Washington, D.C., Pakistan's Foreign Minister Khaja Asif said, if that happens, nobody should expect any restraint from us. Earlier, as Defense Minister, Asif had threatened the use of nuclear weapons 5 times. Over a month after the Doklam border standoff with China was resolved diplomatically, the neighboring country on Friday defended the presence of its troops in the Sikkim-Bhutan-Tibet junction, claiming that the area always belonged to them. The Doklam area has always belonged to China and has been under the effective jurisdiction of China, the Chinese Foreign Ministry told PTI in response to questions about a report that the People's Liberation Army PLA, is beefing up troops in the area. There is no dispute. The Chinese border forces have been patrolling in the area of Donglang, exercising their sovereign rights and safeguarding territorial sovereignty according to the historical boundary, the ministry said in a written response. The reaction from the Chinese Foreign Ministry came a day after it was reported that Beijing is still flexing its muscles and has deployed more troops in the Chambi Valley. It was also reported that China is building bunkers and a road on the Doklam Plateau, just 10 kilometers from the location of the last conflict. Troops of India and China were locked in a 73-day standoff in Doklam that began from the 16th of June over road construction activity at the India-Bhutan-China junction. To counter China, India needs a military base in Djibouti. The maiden visit by President Corbyn to Djibouti comes in the wake of the opening of a Chinese military base in Djibouti. As India renews its strategic calibration for the region, the visit highlights the geopolitical significance of Horn of Africa. The Indian Navy has been operating in the region, carrying on anti-piracy drives as well as in the evacuation of Indian nationals from Yemen. Djibouti is located at the entrance to the Red Sea from the Indian Ocean, connecting Africa, the West Asia and rest of Asia. It is also the gateway to region's multiple conflicts interstate and intrastate. In recent years, Djibouti has assumed significance for hosting multiple foreign military bases on its territory, including an important American base, used for counter-terrorism operations in Yemen and Somalia. India has traditionally engaged with African nations through its soft power initiatives, such as contribution to school and college education, laying of optic fiber networks, training of hospital staff and other skill development projects. The increased Chinese naval activity in the Indian Ocean region has raised alarm bells ringing in New Delhi. It has often been said that the Indian Navy's operational area stretches from Bab el-Mandeb to Straits of Malacca. The Indian strategic community has been arguing for some time at countering the growing Chinese influence in the Indian Ocean region. The Chinese base in Djibouti is a realization of those concerns. The protection of sea lines of communication and controlling the choke points, and maintaining access to major islands of the Indian Ocean are central to India's security and economic prosperity. It has often been mentioned of New Delhi being the net security provider in the Indian Ocean region. Djibouti, a strategic naval outpost, is a step in that direction to fulfill that objective. Yacht chopper ferrying kerosene bursts at 17,000 feet high in Tawang, 7 killed. 5 Air Force personnel and 2 armymen were killed on Friday when an yacht helicopter ferrying kerosene cans burst into flames in Tawang area of Arunachal Pradesh. The mishap happened at an altitude of 17,000 feet when the Mi-17 V5 chopper crew were getting ready to drop kerosene supply at a forward location. While jerry cans of kerosene were being offloaded, the net holding the cans got entangled in the aircraft's rear rotor, sources said. The chopper caught fire and crashed to the ground, killing all on board. When the chopper caught fire, one of the crew members jumped out, but couldn't survive, sources said. The chopper crashed at 6 a.m., just 10 kilometers from the India-China border.